Hello, everyone. My name is Christian Ray,
And I'm Sarah Ray.
and today we're going to be talking about priests with boners
Caterpillars getting high.
and a smart, small-town girl practicing bestiality. So, Disney movies, a bad thing? Are the movies we watched growing up a negative influence on our life?
Have you ever watched Disney movies and realized that there's a subliminal message? Take The Little Mermaid, for instance. When you look at the front cover, have you ever realized that there's a penis on the background in the column of the castle? What about the scene when Prince Eric goes to marry the so-called Ariel, played by Ursula, and you look at the minister and he's got a boner? Talk about somebody being a little too excited. Let's talk about sex. Have you ever noticed that in The Lion King, when Simba falls down on a bed of flowers, that this cloud of dust appears and up in the sky appears the word sex? What about in Pocahontas? If you look at the birds in the very opening scene, they kind of spell out the word sex. And in Beauty and the Beast, and of course, The Little Mermaid. I mean, is sex in every single one of these videos? Then there's the use of drugs and hallucinations. In Alice in Wonderland, there's the caterpillar. Have you ever noticed what he's doing? He's smoking a water pipe, which is commonly used for marijuana. What about the subliminal messages that the princesses and Prince Charmings give off? Have you ever noticed that Aurora, she's in a crisis, and here comes her Prince Charming, and she falls right in love with him? What about Belle? Beast is abusive to her, and automatically she stays with him in the end, even though he locked her up in the tower and wouldn't let her see her father. And then there's Cinderella. If a wealthy man comes along, you're supposed to just marry him right off the bat. It doesn't matter if he's kind and considerate towards your own feelings. And what about Mr. Prince Charming? Like, just because you're wealthy and you have a castle doesn't mean every girl is going to fall for you. But that's just my opinion. What do you think, Christian?
So, do Disney movies portray an imaginal fantasy of love? Hell yeah, they do, but that's the whole point. What would the movies look like without that concept? Let's take The Lion King, for example. How about Aladdin? A Bug's Life? So whether we like it or not, love is influential and prevalent in the movies we watch. So that's our opinion on Disney movies. Sarah's out with a couple other college students to find out what they think.
Hey everybody, so I'm here with Matt, and I'm here to ask him what his intake is on the Disney movies. So how do you feel about the subliminal messages and the true love fantasies that the Disney movies portray?
Well, I haven't really noticed what was it? The subliminal messages throughout the movies, but as for the fantasy love, it didn't really matter to me. Like, it was just a movie, so growing up, it didn't really affect me.
And Jessica, how do you feel about the subliminal messages in Disney movies, or at least the true love that Disney portrays?
I don't know. I think it's kind of full of crap, mainly because I always thought all the princesses and everything are 16 when it starts and everything, and that's when they're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go off and get married and everything, and I don't know. It's kind of dumb, and I've seen YouTube videos that make fun of it, and I agree with them. Everything like Jenna Marbles or whatever. But I mean,
So I'm here with Sergio, and I'm going to ask you, how do you feel about the subliminal messages that Disney movies portray? For instance, there's a penis on the front cover of The Little Mermaid. There's a minister in The Little Mermaid that has a boner. How do you feel about that?
I've actually never seen The Little Mermaid.
Okay, so what about, have you ever seen The Lion King?
Absolutely.
You have. So have you ever noticed that when Simba falls on the patch of flowers that a dust cloud comes up and it appears to be the word sex?
No, I don't recall that.
Okay, well, how do you feel about these subliminal messages being in Disney movies?
I do realize that the kids aren't really prone to those subliminal messages. Adults are more aware of them, but I do realize that once kids grow up, rewatch the movies, they kind of do get the subliminal messages. They do kind of take advantage of these younger kids, but it's all for business.
Disney movies, are they good or are they bad? Now that you've seen and heard about these subliminal messages that most people didn't know about?
We gave you our opinion. We took the opinion of a couple students. Let us know what you think. Comments below. I'm Christian.
And I'm Sarah Ray.
We'll see you later.
Some real shit.